I can't tell you how many people pull out in front of me running red lights, running all sorts of stuff, yanking, ripping right out in front of me, like inches close to hitting them. It is so rare when I actually resort to blowing my horn. I'm not a horny person. I'm not like that at all. But in the case that I do, somebody really, really screws up, and I gotta let them know. Now, this is my 2008 Subaru Outback, and the horn on it is really weak. As you can hear, it has that Asian weak little micro car sound, and that's not really attention grabbing. You know, what I've done is I've bought an electric air horn for like a semi. These are only 24 bucks, something like that, off Amazon, and these are insanely loud. So we're talking 5 times the amount of sound here. Unlike a traditional vehicle horn you would get, or an automotive horn, this thing is literally a horn. And it has its own little air compressor too, a 12-volt air compressor. And what this does is it spins up really quick, and it forces a ton of air into the base of this horn, creating an insane, like, semi or train sound. You're gonna think a semi or a train is coming at you. It's really attention grabbing. This thing makes my ears ring. Oh my God. Yeah, I gotta put in earplugs for that. That's crazy. There's a lot of space down behind this grill. Maybe I'll put it there. I've decided to put it down in here. We have this big cavity here with a bunch of vacant space. And I don't want it to inhibit airflow to my radiator. So what I'm going to do is mount it on the back of this aluminum bumper here. So I got to drill holes, 2 holes in the back of this bumper with this right angle drill bit here. And these drill bits I got off Temu. They're taps and drill bit combinations. We'll see how well they work. It was like $3 for this pack of 6 or 7 of them here. I never used this thing before today. Oh, I don't want to snap it. Snapped it. Found another one. Let me grease up these connections. I had to pull out my air box here on the Subaru, and the horns are down in this cavity here. See, there's one, and there's another one, and then I unplugged both of them. Right here, just a single wire. I imagine they're grounded to the chassis, and this single wire is just a positive going to them. I'm about to test that. I confirmed this by unplugging them and then pushing my, hitting my horn button, and sure enough, they didn't work. So I've got this zip tied in here. I drilled some holes in this plastic part here and then ran zip ties through it. It's pretty solid. I got my ground, and I'm going to put it here and screw it right in there, and then I'm going to paint that. So I've got my positive ran. It's this guy here, and it goes up under my top radiator support. I zipped it in and ran it through here, and then it's going over. This is my destination here. See these 2 plugs? These previously went to 2 horns down there, and when I push my horn button, I get a positive voltage through each one of these. 12 volts, 12 volts. And I'm just hooking them up to this air horn. I kind of made a custom little tap here, spliced one in, got everything ran, plugged in. These are in there too. Here it is, all installed. Okay, so the previous way I had the horn wired blew the fuse. The pre-existing horn circuit was only 15 amp, and that's that right there with that yellow wire going to it, and it blew that. This air horn needs 30 amps, so it's pretty much pulling double the power. So I had to put in the relay that they included with the air horn, and I just tapped it into here and wired it up. it is what it is. It kind of sucks there. I wish I wouldn't have put it there, but anyway, what I discovered is the horn fuse is not live all the time. There's not power to it all the time. It only gets power when I push the horn button on my steering wheel. So I just tapped into there with like single strand thermostat wire as a signal wire to the relay. When you put signal to a relay, you can do it with very low amperage wire. You know, it's just a signal, and a relay then opens up its big high amperage switch inside and lets the big load of current go through. And that's what these, see these two 14 gauge wires that are paralleled. So I didn't have any 10 gauge. That's what I needed for the 30 amp conductors. So I just used two 14s side by side. Anyway, that's all it's doing. It's just allowing the circuit. When I push the horn button, the relay says, oh, okay, so I'm going to allow the, I'm going to open the 30 amp circuit inside of me. And that's all it does. So it's basically a big high amperage switch. And I've got these two conductors here as the positive going to the air horn down here. And then I have it grounded to chassis there. I drilled a hole through a penny and then soldered the wire to the penny as a high amperage conductor. This is 12 volt positive signal wire going to the relay, telling it to turn on, and then this is the ground for the relay. I did not have to do it with two big conductors there, but I did. And this is the power supply, the 30 amp power supply to the relay. It's coming right off the battery here, right off that tap. I should have put my 30 amp slow blow fuse closer to here. If this arcs or lights up, it's going to light on fire. It's not like before this fuse, this is not protected, this wire here. And I just thought about that now as I'm making this video, so I might do something different there. But for now, this is the way it is. And it works. Before, when I pushed my horn for a long extended period of time, it blew the fuse. So as of now, it is a successful install. Hopefully you got something off this video. Thank you for tuning in. Any questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the doobly-doo. Thank you for checking out my channel. Check out the other videos. You stay frosty. Don't do anything Jesus wouldn't do, and I will see you on the next one.